Please, bro, surround yourself around the right people. I've seen so many people sell themselves short or are currently selling themselves short simply by who they choose to spend their time with. I know it's cliche, I know it sounds basic, but when people say you are who you spend the most time around, or show me your 5 friends and I'll show you your future, it is so real. And you don't realize it until you start hanging around better people, until you start spending time alone. It's like, wow, there's way more time in a day. Or wow, I don't need these limiting beliefs around me. Or wow, I can really do things. Or wow, there's way more time in a day than I realize. Or wow, people are actually grinding and have goals and visions. Finding the right group of people that are all motivated, that are all working towards something bigger than themselves, that have good morals and standards, that don't lie to each other, that show up every single day, that love you enough to hold you accountable, are hard to find. Extremely hard to find friends like that. And you don't really realize how negative impacting having the wrong friends is until you find those better friends. The only way that you can really find those better friends, in my opinion, is becoming that better friend first. Find something that you're actually interested in, lock in, go hard at it, set goals, and start waking up earlier, start reading, start journaling, start working on that business every single day, and see how the people you're currently surrounding yourself with react to that. Are they like, bro, that's so sick, you should do that? Do they lock in too? Or like, yo, Nick's waking up early, hitting the gym, maybe I should too? Do they start doing that? Are they like, wow, maybe I should start a business too, this is possible? Or is it, Nick starting that little TikTok shit, Nick's on content? Bro, like, it's so cringe, but he's our homie, so we keep kicking it with him. Or bro, why are you waking up so early? Or, why don't you take a day off? You think we take a day off? You think Elon Musk took a day off? You think the GOATs took a day off? You think Steve Jobs, Phil Knight took a day off? Come on. Like, when you really want something, work becomes life. And that's where shit gets fun. Because you can show up every single day. You become excited to live life. I truly believe that people that love to sleep in, the reason they're sleeping in is they're living their dreams in their dreams. So they're excited to go to sleep. They want to sleep because it's more exciting than their day life. But the minute you find something that you're actually passionate about, that you can see progress in, you can see yourself getting better, every day becomes like Christmas morning. You start waking up without the alarm. You're jumping out of bed. You're motivated to work. Every single day is like, what can I do better? What can I do? How can I improve? And a huge thing that helps is the right friends, man. It is hard to do stuff alone. We're lazy humans. We like to be comfortable. And having a running mate, somebody that's going to push you, somebody that has an equal desire and dream as you, that's going to hold you accountable and push you, really helps, bro. It can get you through those days where you don't want to show up, when desire is low, when you're feeling depressed, sad, anxious, when you're feeling like it's not going to work, those cries, those tears at the end of the day. Finding somebody with the same vision helps push through all of that. And I'm telling you, it takes starting by yourself sometimes to find that person. That's the hardest part, is finding it in you to do it. And that just takes you believing in you, bro. You know you're worth more. You know you have that little voice in your head that's like, yo, maybe you shouldn't do that. Maybe you should cut off that bad habit. Maybe you should cut off that bad friend. Maybe you should start that business. You know what you're gifted in, and it's guiding you. Start acting on it. Start listening to it. It's going to show you the next steps. You're going to start getting progress. You're going to start leveling up. You're going to start having some motion, my boy. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe just by you taking action, you might realize you have the right group of friends. They might tap in. They might feature in your vlogs. They might motivate you. Like, yo, why aren't you posting a video? How you do this? They might start holding you accountable. They might start locking in too. And you can be that positive impact. Or you might realize that maybe I'm hanging out with the wrong people. Maybe these people aren't supplying me with energy. Maybe they're draining me. Maybe I should spend more time alone. Maybe I should spend more time doing what I'm actually interested and passionate about than worrying about what they think of me, or having FOMO because I'm missing out on some function or whatever, Think about it. Take a step back, view your friends, and think about the potential that they have. Are they maximizing? Do they motivate you to be better? Are they pushing you? Do you see them in a huge role? making crazy amounts of paper with a solid relationship, you know, like all these areas that you want to level up in, are they there? Take a step back and look at yourself. Are you there? Are you a good friend? You know, and then just choose. Make the decision to shift your identity. Your identity, you can choose whatever you want. A lot of us just show up like, when I was in high school, I remember I was a stoner. I smoked weed. I loved smoking weed, getting high, and I loved just like, yo, bro, just chill. Like, let's just hang out. I'm being that guy. And everyone knew me as that guy, you know? Like, yo, Nick's the pothead that's cool and chill and good vibes, always. And it took a while to realize that I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be the pothead that's just chill. I don't want to be nonchalant. I want to be chalant. I want to work towards my goals. I want to be motivated. I want to be inspirational. I want to have the best physique. I want to be known as that kid that's up early before everyone else, that outworks everybody else, that has energy, that's always nice, that serves people. I don't want to be that dude that's just like chill, doesn't take action, just like goes with the flow and lets whatever comes to him. And that was extremely hard to shift. That identity shift was extremely painful because the people in my life all knew me as that person, and they wanted me to show up as that person. They only treated me as that person. So every time I was around them, I was trying to make this identity shift. I was getting treated as the old version of me, and it created this conflict where it's like, I don't want to be treated like that anymore, you know? And it took creating separation and locking in alone, solo, spending more time identifying who I am, what lights me up, what actually makes me happy, what drives me, to continue to shift into that identity that I knew I was capable of, that I wanted to be. And that separation, when I saw my homies, the next time I saw them, I was like, yo, something's different about you, bro. Your energy's higher. You're radiating. What are you doing? Like, how can I get like you? And I was like, bro, it took separating myself, taking time to really know myself. A lot of us never spend time alone, especially like me when I was in high school, bro. Always trying to kick it with homies. When I was in college, always, what's the next function? What's the next thing we can do? What's the next restaurant? Do you want to go outside? Do you want to surf? Do you want to do this? And through that, I never really knew myself. I was relying on other people to fuel me with my energy, and it was ripping me apart. Until I was like, yo, who is Nick? Started spending more time around myself, and it was hard, bro. So many tears. So many lonely nights. So many just feelings of I don't have friends. It showed a lot of real colors when, you know, the phone didn't have anything going off. You know, there was nights, mornings where nobody was talking to me. Months on end, you know? And those moments, although grueling and painful, were huge moments of growth for me, huge paces forward in the right direction. That's where I learned to love myself. That's where I developed confidence. When I had to go to restaurants by myself, it was like I either can sit here and do fussing nothing and feel sad for myself, or I can go to the restaurant that I want to try, or I can go try that hike, or I could go try that experience alone. Do you know how hard it is to go sit in a restaurant by yourself when you've never done it? To go to a nice steakhouse, sit down, have a waitress, a waiter come and serve you alone, and they're like, yo, is anybody else in your party? You're like, no, just me tonight. I just wanted to treat myself to a steak. You know, that is hard, but when you can do that, when you can spend time with yourself, you start to realize, like, damn, no wonder I was always doing shit. Like, no wonder people wanted to kick it with me. Like, I'm actually a cool dude, and I like to kick it by myself now, and I don't have FOMO anymore. If I had to break this whole video down, simply, spend time alone. Better identify yourself, what lights you up, what makes you happy, where do you see yourself, what are your dreams, goals, and visions. Craft, what is it going to take to get there? What habits do I need to eliminate? What habits do I need to implement? 2, take a step and look at your friends. Who are the people you're surrounding yourself with? Are they lighting you up? Are they motivating you to be better? Do they have the standards and morals you want in your life? Do you genuinely actually enjoy hanging out with them, or is it just out of loneliness, or I'm scared to leave these people because then I have no friends? 3, the hardest part, take action. All of that thinking, all that reflection, all that self-pondering means nothing if you don't take any action. Get clear on your goals, get clear with who you are, your identity, who you want to become, what kind of impact, value you want to have on the world, and spend every day pursuing that, man. And the right friends will come. As you pursue your dreams, the right friends will come. The wrong friends will slowly transition themselves out of life for you. A lot of times it doesn't have to be a conversation like, bro, I'm way more motivated and dreams bigger than you, so I'm cutting you off. Like, what's going to happen is you're going to start building your dream, your vision. You're going to start doing all these new habits, and where you're going to have to say, no, bro, I can't go to the Wednesday function and stay out till 1. I gotta be up at 5 because I promised myself I'd hit the gym. I gotta read, do my journaling, and I have work, dog. Like, sorry. You know? And through enough times of those, they're gonna realize, like, damn, maybe I should lock in too. Or let me find the next homie that doesn't want to lock in and wants to be comfortable with me. And then you gravitate away from that friend, and then the universe is gonna provide you another friend that's gonna be equally as motivated, is gonna drive you to do better. Lock in, twin. Choose the right people. Lock in through. Choose the right people to hang out with. It really does determine your future, your outcome, who you become, the energy and confidence that you have. All areas of life are directly tied to how you spend your time.